To be clear.
Well, it's starting now, so I should have started earlier so we can get some more recording in. But here we are now, ready to start this podcast. Here we, I mean, I can't say that now. Are we here? Yes, we are. This is Redirect. This is your favorite #1 podcast that you ain't heard of yet. I'm your host with the most.
What an intro.
I mean, we got like 2 viewers, my mama and whoever else is overseas. I'm just saying.
It's probably Justin.
I got that same jacket, Justin. Hey, how you like it?
Oh man, I'm selling it. I'm selling this jacket. Man, look! I ain't got no torso, so I look like a frumpy little muffin in this jacket. Nah, it looked good on the model on I saw online. I was like, oh, he's like me too. He's shaped like me. I'm gonna buy it. Oh, he a dark skinned fella. He can wear bright colors, and I put it. I buy it. I'm like, man, this don't look nothing like that IG model.
Did you hear what he just said? He said he's shaped like me. He's dark skinned. Like that's not a shape. Dark skin is not a shape.
Look, we're not here to make fun of me. We're here to talk about your podcast with 2 views.
Finish the intro, bro.
I'm your host with the most. K-Ron, K-Most. You already know, the mindful historian, sexy flexy dude. And then we got my co-host. I don't know what he is today. What are you today, Devon?
I'm thinking we might just let Karan do this whole podcast by himself. He being reckless right now, but he done stole from you and me already.
What did I steal from Justin?
He been sipping.
It's almost like your favorite podcast. Yeah,
that you haven't heard of yet.
Okay.
So you the Warriors. You just taking bits and pieces of everybody greatness and just
got to, man.
Yeah, okay.
Pepsi and Coke. Was it GoBots and whatchamacallits? No, the Autobots. Come on now. This is America, Justin. You forgot where you at.
I'm in the UK. That's where I am.
Yeah.
Forgot your roots. As y'all can see, this is going to be a crazy podcast full of shenanigans. We setting the tone for that right now. I am Devon, the second part of Redirect, the mindful historian. Karan ain't mindful or historian. And we have with us today Justin White from the Misplaced American.
Back again.
Hey everybody, I am the host of your favorite podcast, The Misplaced American. My name is Justin White, like they said, and I live in the UK. So that's pretty much me.
He culture, y'all.
I pretend to be.
So before we get started, I just want to throw Devon under the bus.
What I do?
It's what you didn't do. You didn't create a docket.
You created one.
I just gave you bullet point ideas. You supposed to go back in and add on to that.
Ain't that what I do?
Yeah, and did you do it? No.
But you did what I usually do, is what I'm saying.
I gave you ideas. You supposed to expand on them ideas.
Nah,
so if we unprofessional today, Justin, it's because of Devon. So you know.
Blame it on me.
Yes.
Blame it on me.
Yes.
Look, we can't give white people more reason to say black on black violence. So we gotta get a bit of rise above.
This is Karan on Devon violence.
Oh my God.
So look at that light skin privilege. Just want to blame the dark skins for
exactly. He done stole from us already, and now he gonna blame me.
Terrible.
I'm
only light skin compared to y'all. Everybody else some dark skin.
It started off with you being in the house. Y'all working in the house.
I'd rather be in the house in the field. No, I'm playing.
Look, we're not setting ourselves back. We're not setting ourselves back. We're not doing this. Let's go. I'm sorry.
All right. Let's start us off, Devon.
If y'all couldn't tell, we were playing. People get too serious sometimes. You have to be able to.
Please don't cancel us. Our 14 viewers, please don't stop listening.
I combined 14.
I
said Justin's the other listener. You said we got 2 listeners. So we only gonna have 1 this time.
Hopefully.
Kenyatta, if you're listening, please don't stop.
We need you.
We need your support.
All right, let's get serious. Let's get serious. Let's get serious.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for allowing us to redirect your attention, even though we've been kind of all over the place since we started. But we promise that we're here with some interesting topics, and we're gonna make it lively and have fun today. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to have fun, y'all. I like these conversations. I need like at least 3 deep intellectual conversations each week. And if I don't get those, I'll be drained and I'll just be like, I ain't got nobody to talk to. So I really look forward to these.
So we just gave you the first one, right?
What you mean?
The first deep conversation we just had before we just started. That's the first deep one, right?
Nah, that don't count.
No.
That don't count.
So what we got for y'all today, topic just randomly came to my head was destroying our perception of reality. When I hear that, so what?
All right, Thanos, let's do it. Come on.
When y'all hear that, what do y'all think of when you hear destroying our perception of reality? What do y'all think of?
Go ahead, Justin.
Well, I like I said, more than the obvious, like the Marvel Universe thing. I would honestly probably say what we see every day normally, the norm, almost disrupting that. So instead of like me walking down the street and then, or someone see me walk down the street and then wanting to cross the street because I look like a certain way or act a certain way or dress a certain way, you not having to feel the need to do that. So that's why I think of when you say destroying perception.
Okay. What about you, Devon?
I think about redirecting your attention from the ideas and lessons that you've been socialized to believe, and asking questions like, why is this the way that it is? Why do I think this way? Why do I behave this way? Why do my parents do X, Y, and Z, and etc.? It's just asking questions and finding out the truth. That's what the destroying comes, because there's like this conflict that's present when you find out something that's different than what you thought it was. It's like, oh, I didn't think it was that way. You start questioning everything else. At least I did.
For me, when I think of destroying our perception of reality, I think of like, being on social media so much or browsing websites and you not having firsthand experience with it. So you thinking this is how it really is. When I go out and finally do this, I should do this. Not knowing like what you see on social media is not what it's meant to be in TV and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw one destroyer out there. IG models. IG models are destroyers of perception.
Okay. Give me all
right.
Give me some elaboration.
You said give some what, Justin?
Elaborate on that a little bit.
Elaborate? Okay. So for example, we see all these IG models and they all dolled up and everything, face beat, and we see that all day on our timeline. We thinking, okay, this is what a beautiful woman looks like. So when I go find me one, I want them to look like this IG model. And we know daggone well a real woman every day does not look like a typical IG model.
Can I chime in on that one?
Go ahead.
So I think that's a double-edged sword. I think, for instance, I have a lot of female friends who say they see IG models and they feel discouraged because they'll never be that. They say like, I'll never be like size 0. I'm never going to have the perfect tits and the perfect butt. I'm never going to have abs, stuff like that. Yeah. And so I do think it's in a negative way that is a really, really big like not red flag, be a destroyer almost. It's like, if you see this every day and you realize you're never going to achieve that goal, it's going to be super discouraging. On the other hand, on the other side of things, as far as you saying guys like looking for that, wanting that,
you can go both ways with girls too.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's the thing that girls see like the big rip guy with like the abs, 6'7", Channing Tatum looking guy, whatever.
Right.
So on the reverse side, I mean, is it that bad to maybe use one of those people as a goal to get somewhere? I guess this is almost as, it's almost your personal willpower, your personal. We're 3 guys talking, so if any women listening, like, we're ignorant, like we dumb. But is it bad to look at somebody post how men in the bodybuilding gym used to do? Post a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger on the wall. I'm never gonna look like Arnold, but is it bad for me to have that goal to look at?
No.
So why is it the IG model responsibility to not post pictures of them? They look good. They paid for it.
Yes.
They deserve to post a picture, right? And they worked for it. Why not post a picture? But on the reverse, I guess it's up to you to take it how you want. If you want to use it inspiration or use it as discouragement, it's I guess it's your own personal thing. That's how I see it.
I gotta chime in on that. Okay. So I'm with Justin. I do not think it's the Instagram model's fault they fit a mold that America has created. And, you know, they're like, since I have the privilege to be proportioned in these certain kind of ways that America and our society deems beautiful, and we're going to get on that in a little bit, I'm going to flaunt it. And I'm going to use it to get what I want. And that's what people do, all kinds of people. Whatever that you have that gives you an advantage, you use. I think the problem is our society isn't balanced with what we push out as far as images of standards of beauty, right? So now what we're seeing now is, excuse me, I don't want no corona jokes. The girls with the big butts and big bust size and small waists, for a lot of people, they're considered desirable, right? Mm-hmm. We're not showing women a lot of times that are plus size or way more than average or taller than average or etc. So we don't see those as all the time as beautiful. We only see like one certain kind of group, and it goes both ways.
Can I cut you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna cut you off on that because I was actually talking to Karan about this not too long ago. I was telling him how I took a screenshot and I was like, man, like all my IG story and my feed was constant just, and not race baiting. I like to start with it, but it was always skinny white girls with abs, skinny ripped white girls with long blonde hair and blue eyes, or big boobs, or like just white people, or like skinny white or in shape fitness white people. And I told him, I was like, man, it was so weird. So I started I purposely went out of my way to start purposely liking only, you know, black inspirational pages, black women's pages, not just an experiment, not because I'm sick of seeing white people, just because I wanted to experiment and see if I could change the algorithms everyone says on Instagram. And I took a screenshot and legit, like within a week of me doing that, my story and my feed, my Discover page on IG was constantly just plus size women of color, women with curly hair, afro, positive black affirmations, all those kind of pages. So it is a lot of how much effort you put into researching and doing things, and how surface you want to be, because surface level IG is for pretty people, and that's a fact. Like it's pretty sex sells. Yeah, pretty. Like the idea. I'm sorry, I'm going to put that in quotes. Pretty people. But like, you know, because I even had a guy message me recently, and he was like, I'm not trying to be, and I know the guy, he's very argumentative. He was like, hey, is it bad that I don't like black girls? And I was like, and so I sent him a picture of like 10 different black girls, different colors, shapes, shades, from like to almost looking white to like the darkest you could possibly be.
Yes.
And I was like, so when you say black girl, which level black girl do you mean? And he stopped. He goes, oh, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. So it's I guess it's like I said, yeah, it's what we see every day, but it's your responsibility and your job to look past surface, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you intentionally went out of your way to add more to your timeline.
And now it's what I regularly see. So I dug past the surface level, and now I'm constantly getting what I like to see, or what I chose to see, rather than what the society chose for me to see.
Yes.
How often do you think people are getting past that surface level though?
Not a lot.
Never.
And you know why? Because a lot of us don't have an increased awareness.
And you think what's not getting past surface level, that's what kind of destroys that perception that I was talking about?
Yeah, it's how you're socialized. It's how you're taught to think. So in my head, this is what beautiful women look like, you know, for whoever it could be, just a general statement. If I see anything that doesn't fit that, I'm going to be less likely to accept that as a standard of beauty. Potentially. Everybody's different, right? Some people learn at different times. Some people have they meet somebody in college who they start talking to, and they're like, man, she's wonderful. But she doesn't meet the standard of beauty, but she's great. Like, why haven't I thought this is what beauty is? And that's what I think really destroys ideas about reality and stuff like that, is going out there and learning. Yeah. Exposing yourself to different ideas and knowledge and information. But we don't want to do that. People don't like to read.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That makes perfect sense. Like,
or have conversations.
Yeah, because like I said, remember growing up and like, you know, being black, dark skin wasn't cool. I don't know if you grew up in it's the same thing with you growing up, but being light skin was the cool thing to be. Like, if you were dark skin, you were an African booty scratcher. You know?
Yeah. So I think y'all grew up in the 70s, right? I'm a 90s baby.
Shut up. Oh my God. I do have gray hair.
Your days are
Well, we lived our life. You young folk ain't gonna have a future.
Right? With your wonderful presence in the house.
That's because
I hope y'all enjoy Kanye making songs every time there's a political war going on.
You can't lie though. That presidential album would be dope though.
No, it wouldn't. I don't want to talk. No, we're not going there. No, we're not going there.
Let's redirect ourselves.
Let's redirect.
Yeah. But what was the thing you were saying? You're saying, growing up dark skinned.
Growing up dark skinned, like everyone told you in movies, TV shows, music, it was always dark skinned people never got the way, or light skinned people even. Light skinned people were. I did a podcast on it. It was light skin privilege. And it's nothing you can do to change that. I mean, other than what you were taught on the scene. But it was like even white people told us, the light skinned people were house slaves, so they were better than the dark skinned people. So it starts there, and it just constantly kind of feeds down, like trickles down the line to one point you would think light skinned people think they're better than dark skinned people because they're closer to white, and white is the color of success, essentially.
I'm gonna be controversial.
Ooh, okay.
White is the color of God.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what we were taught, right? White is the color of God. So if you want to be closer to God, and better, then the closer you are to this color, the better you are, and the better I'm gonna treat you. You still ain't gonna be me.
Back to full circle. Back to the images thing you said. We constantly fed images of a white Jesus, a white angels, white prophets, white disciples. Everything was white growing up, so or lighter or fairer skin. So anything darker was evil. Even Gandhi, people don't realize how racist Gandhi was. Gandhi hated the color. He hated black skin. And people
tear down one of his statues.
Called it yeah.
And so people don't realize the stuff like that. It's like darker skin has always been considered a bad thing, a bad trait. So it's like the lighter you were. Even in I know some Asian cultures. When I lived over in the Asian country, the darker skin you were meant you were working class, and working class meant you had less money. So the more fair skin you were, the more money you had, the more successful you appeared. So darker skin has always been considered a less desirable trait.
And that's one thing I think we're learning now as a Black community. We're destroying that perception or that reality that the darker you are, the less cultured or less intelligent, you are. And it goes both ways. It goes both ways. Wesley Snipes started off for us. It goes both ways.
I mean, Tupac said that the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Sweeter the juice. Yeah. Darker the flesh and the deeper the roots.
Deeper the roots. Hey. Oh, somebody better praise him.
Take us to the next Jay Karan.
The next destroyer?
Yeah.
Okay. I can probably combine these two into one. I have wanting to live like celebrities and keeping up with the Joneses.
Okay.
So as we all know, I mean, yeah, but for the
not during this podcast.
Oh,
not during this podcast. Yeah.
Okay, then talking about past podcast, but keeping up with the Joneses, as we all know, is not keeping up with my family per se, but keeping up with actual people. Trying to like, okay, they got the new stuff, I want the new stuff too, so I got to be just like them. No, if I don't got it, then I'm failing. I need to be up. Right. And I gotta have that swag or whatever word they're using nowadays. No, I gotta have I gotta have the brand new thing.
No cap.
How do y'all feel about that? You said no cap.
So I'm sorry, young people. I'm sorry, young folk. What was your question? I'm sorry.
How do y'all feel about keeping up with the Joneses and people wanting to live like celebrities, trying to live a lifestyle that they in a sense they can't afford, a lifestyle that's not for them?
Oh, it's on me.
I'll give you the floor first.
I think growing up, it was a lot easier for us to not keep up with the Joneses because we didn't have a lot of social media presence. So for us, like obviously our generation grew up with social media. Like we essentially created social media.
Yeah.
So it was a lot easier growing up when we could just go outside with a basketball and then play curveball for hours on end and not realize that literally 2 streets over, Johnny had a full basketball court in his backyard.
Yeah.
It was a lot easier for us growing up to we were wearing throwback jerseys and baggy jeans, not knowing that Timmy down the corner was wearing $400 slacks, boat shoes, and a polo shirt. So it was a lot easier for us not to keep up with the Joneses because essentially what we had was good enough because we didn't see anything else. Now I think with present situation in the world, us having constant social media, still Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. We're constantly like my friends constantly posting 50-inch TV. Oh, they got 50 inches? I'm gonna get 55 inches. My friend got a king size bed. I want a super king. I want a California king. You know, my girl got my dude girl got fake boobs. She got double D's. My chick getting F's. You know, like that kind of thing. But it's constant. Like I said, it's constant. Like we're seeing it now. So it's like if they have this, and this is what I'm seeing. Like I said earlier, like perception. What you're constantly seeing is what I want. So it's a lot easier for us to want more things because we're seeing it. Like I said before, growing up, like you remember growing up, Devon, you weren't there, but going to Karan's house, it was like a 45, 50-inch TV and like 8 kids around like one TV. Like all of us just sitting in one living room playing Halo and taking turns on 2 controllers.
Yeah.
Like that was our life. And we didn't know any better. We didn't know that like, you know, it's like literally one street over, you know, so-and-so had a 75-inch plasma screen, this TV with eight different Xboxes in 3 different rooms, you know? So yeah, that's my take on that.
Growing up in North Carolina, Justin, I used to think, you had money if you had a Razr, the cell phone. If you had a Motorola Razr, you had money. And like,
be clear, we never had one. We were poor.
That'd be a basic flip phone, boy.
Bro, I had an LG Slide and pretending it was a sidekick.
I actually had somebody one time tell me, Justin, that I was spoiled and I got whatever I wanted when I was staying on Cooper Street.
Oh.
Knowing my mama, was I spoiled and got anything I wanted?
You definitely, if anything, your mom would get mad at you for asking for anything. like if you needed food, your mom would get mad. It's like, why'd you eat earlier? Like, I'm sorry, mom.
Like the person, they try to say that I was like spoiled because I had all these like Xbox games and all this other stuff. And I'm like, bro, I got a job. Like I work for my stuff. Like my mom don't buy my games.
Yeah, like I get an allowance. Like I watch my brother all day. I take trash out. I do stuff to get for this money.
Yeah, I understand that you might not have what I have, but different people had different responsibilities. My responsibilities at 16, 17 was buying video games. That was my responsibility.
Yeah, you didn't have to pay bills. You didn't have to buy a car. You didn't have to buy clothes. Like you're 16 living in your mom's house. Like she covered everything else. All you had to worry about was video games.
And granted, we didn't have the best living situation and stuff, but still, it was good enough to where.
But we didn't know better.
Yeah, crying. I need your paycheck this week. I'm like, what? No, granted, I didn't have none of that. I didn't have to severely help out with bills and stuff. So I guess I was fortunate in a sense, but I was not spoiled.
No.
I think that's what adds to that whole wanting to keep up with the Joneses thing. It's sometimes it's the people that didn't grow up with a lot. So they're like, when I am able to get things, I want to make sure I always have the best. And that mentality can have you going broke. This want to always acquire some kind of physical item to make you feel better. Like you'll never fill that hole because that's not what that hole is. You know, we had a conversation before. Karan and I both play guitar. And at one point in time, Justin, and I could speak for myself. I don't know if Karan agrees with this. I felt like the better guitar I had, the better player I was going to be. I was like,
I spend more money, my skills will jump up.
It's how I work in video games.
Right?
But that was my belief. So one day I had this realization. I'm like, you can buy a $12,000 guitar, and there are $12,000 guitars. You can buy a $500 guitar, or you can buy a $50 guitar. It does not matter if your skills aren't up to par. If you're not putting into practice, if you're not doing the work that's necessary to use that instrument in a way that's going to produce some kind of nice melodies and sounds, right? Because me and Karan have heard a dude go inside a pawn shop and pick up.
What was his name?
Easy
Malone, something like that, right?
Easy Malone or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, picked up this guitar. It was like busted. It wasn't terrible, but you know, it won't like caliber that we had. Justin, he took that thing and played that thing so nice. And me and Karan was like, yo, like I could never do that.
He took a $50 guitar with strings busted and everything. He made it sound phenomenal.
First,
right? And we got these couple $100 guitar, and we over here struggling. Like, but I will say one thing though, there's definitely a difference in quality in the guitar's price.
Yes.
But
it's like once you reach a certain level, obviously people recognize the difference. Like I have a friend who plays violin, and I've never heard violin before I met her. Like I've never heard a live violin. And she's like, I'm a bit rusty. I haven't played in a couple years. And she came out and played the My Heart Will Go On from Celine Dion, I think it was. And I like almost cried. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so bad. I haven't played in a couple months. She's like, you know, like I'm rusty. I missed a couple notes. I didn't know. Like, so I'm assuming, you know, someone at a higher level will recognize it. But if you're like I said, money can't buy success and money can't buy skills.
No.
Like earlier, you can spend $15,000 on something and you don't practice it. It's just you literally just have a $15,000 trophy.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
So
exactly. And I think that's what this whole conversation is really about, is us chasing these dreams that we've been sold and still not being happy.
Yeah.
Because you're always looking for something new. There's always, like J. Cole said, there's always going to be a girl a little better than your girl. There's always going to be they make new cars every year. There's always going to be a better car. There's always going to be a bigger house. There's always going to be somebody that's more fit than you. Like, if you live life like that, you're always going to be unhappy because you're chasing all these different things that don't equate happiness.
Yeah. Justin kind of alluded to this earlier about present day stuff. And with social media, it's easy to fall into that trap of wanting to keep up with the Joneses because you have people only posting their good stuff.
Yes.
Nobody posted down stuff.
Yes.
And you only see the good stuff. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, my cousin and stuff, when she was in college, and I see her traveling all the time, I'm like, bro, how are you traveling? We both in school. Like, bro, I'm broke. You broke. How you do this?
She's like, you don't see me eating ramen noodles 3, 4, 5 times a week.
Yeah. They say, you just don't know the struggles that they go through. Everybody posts their highs and not their lows. And it's easy to fall within that trap.
Yeah, I've had that. I've had people tell me, they're like, oh, you're so lucky. Like, you've been overseas for so long. You've been traveling for so long. You've been seeing this country, that country. And I'm like, yo, like, I signed my life away for 6 years. I was like, yo, I'm bald now. Like, I don't have hair. I got gray hairs growing out of my beard. I was like fam, like, and it's literally from the age of 20 to 27 is a part of my life where I can't get back. I mean, sure, I traveled and saw stuff, but I was working 12, 13 hours a day out in the weather. I have bad knees. I suffer from anxiety and depression because of the military. Like, I suffered so much crap from the military, and sure, but I only post the good stuff because I don't want people messaging me like, "You okay, man? You all right? You need help?" No, I want people to know that I'm happy. Like, I went to Budapest. What up? I just went to Paris. Say something. Like, yeah, like, I'm keep up with me. But in all actuality, yo, like, yeah, like, in all actuality, I'm saying, I saved like essentially a paycheck, 2 paychecks worth of money to spend 3 days in the country.
Yeah,
just to party and have fun. And like, sure, all I have is that memory of me having fun. But that's my aspirations. Like, at the time, I didn't believe in saving. At the time, I believed in everything people are saving for the future. I'm doing now. So why not do it now then save later? That's how I looked at life at the time. Yeah. But yeah, like, what all people show you is the good. Like, I'm not going to show you my daughter on the floor crying, snotting on the floor, licking the walls, eating food off the floor. I'm going to show you my daughter being cute, dressed up, her hair done, like her doing cute stuff, because you know why? It's my daughter. And I want what she did best. I don't show you my daughter up at 4 a.m. like licking the wall, And so like people are like, oh, you're such a good dad. I'm like, you saying I'm a good dad based off the picture of me kissing her cheek, like. You don't know how I am with her. Like, you don't see me like freaking out crying because she's literally punching the dog and then like to get mad because the dog walks away. Like, but sorry, off on a tangent.
No.
It's not Scarlet like that.
No, my daughter's like evil. Like she walks up and punches the dog, and then like the dog walks away and she gets mad and like, why are you walking away?
How dare you walk away?
You better woof back here.
Man, I'm telling you now, wait till y'all have kids, man. It's the fun. Like, you just watch your kids. They're so funny. I said, this is a tangent, but like, kids are just, they do the most random stuff. And it's just like, you don't know why. Like, it's like my daughter, like, she constantly has scars on her nose because she likes to just throw her face on the floor and she'll laugh. Like, she'll jump off something high and then fall face first. And she'll look at you like, and her nose like leaking blood, and you're like, oh my god! If you freak out, she freaks out. So because kids are adorable, but sorry, off on a tangent.
No, you good. I mean, I think Devon's next in line to have a kid.
What
and
Devon?
twins running your family. So you better have like 16 kids at once.
Bro, I think my brother has 4 sets of twins by different women. So
Jesus.
Huh?
Yeah.
God.
I got a family member that got like.
I say that because he's not listening. So
yeah, I got a family member that got like 10 kids, and I think like one of them is a boy.
Jesus.
And they got another one on the way. Be here in about 2 weeks.
Well, y'all need to catch up, boy. Clearly, Justin.
I'm not keeping up with no Joneses. I tell you, after working with kids in the school system, in like low income schools, them kids are like birth control.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Having one kid makes me want like 3. I want like 3 more.
You go for it.
I love kids.
Oh yeah,
I'm weird, but I'm weird. I love babies. I think babies are the cutest thing on earth. So, but like, we're not talking about babies right now. We're talking about keeping up with Joneses.
Yeah. I think why I don't think it's intentional all the time, right? Because Justin made a point. He was like, you know, I'm posting the best because I want you to see the best, and that's what we're taught, right? When don't at least most of us, when you go out into this world, you present your best.
Yeah,
you don't show all these different kinds of things. You don't show your weaknesses, and I don't think all the time it's because they're like you can't be vulnerable. It's because people will prey on you. And people will look at certain things and use that for their advantage and use it against you. Yeah. So when a person's only posting, like they may have been depressed the whole week. They had one day where they had a good day. They went out, they went to the beach or they did something cool. They post that. That makes sense. You know, it makes sense. It's not reality, but I don't think social media, I think that's where we get it messed up. Social media is not always supposed to represent reality, and we have to be able to understand that ourselves. This isn't reality. This is only most times the best. You know, we're differing from that now because we're seeing people being murdered and then we're seeing all these different kinds of things. But for the most part, most of social media is only happiness. It's only sexiness, happiness, what you should be striving for, funny stuff, etc. Right? There's some dark stuff out there, but I don't mess with that. That's Quran territory. He goes deep into Reddit, boy.
I just happen to come across it. I don't go looking for these things.
I ain't never seen no stuff like that.
Do you see this black guy hanging this picture of the $20 bill? Like, no, I don't, but let me look into it.
Right? You start finding a whole bunch of weird stuff. Like, oh my gosh.
Did you know what picnic meant before? I was like, whoa, I did not know what picnic meant, but tell me more.
Tell me how you feel about this, Justin. It's going to be a phrase, and it goes in line with what we're saying. So one of my friends, shout out to D'Angelo, he told me, he said, I stopped calling women beautiful. And I was like, why? Tell me more. So he's like, I stopped calling women beautiful because they may not be beautiful on the inside. And that's what really matters. You can meet a woman, she's physically pleasing, right? She meets all your qualifications.
Okay.
But on the inside, she's trash. And this is interchangeable. I don't want to just feel like women like, oh, he just talking about women. It's same for guys, everybody, right?
Okay. They
say beauty skin deep, right? Only skin deep or whatever. So he told that to me. I was like, yo, that makes so much sense. So I was like, I'm going to start saying that. And I told it to Karan. Karan was like, I'm going to start doing that too, because that makes sense. so
you stop calling women beautiful, to be clear.
Yes. I'm going to stop calling anything beautiful if it's not shown and proven to be beautiful.
Okay. So I'm torn on that because I'm really big on speaking things into existence.
Yes.
Really, really big on that. So no matter who I'm running into, who I'm approaching, I try to refer to all men. I don't ever refer to men in a derogatory way. Black men, I've tried to refer to as kings or young men or man or like nothing derogatory. I try to never refer to women as the B word, H word, anything negative. So
yes,
let's be clear on that. If a woman appeals to your eye and she appeals to be anything you want, and she is essentially by definition beautiful, that's how I look at it. Now, sure, if you want to look more deep into it, like she doesn't text back, she's a horrible person, she's cheated on X amount of guys, she's really mean, she's a toxic personality, and then that's something for her to personally deal with, but you don't have to be involved. You choose to be involved with that. So if you choose to be involved with that, then you can now recognize if she is internally acceptable or appealing to you. But on the outside, if she is beautiful, it is almost not harmful. It is almost rude of you, and now you become a derogatory person because now you're not calling her beautiful because of your personal take on her, how you think her personality is, because apparently someone out there is encouraging personality and enjoys that personality because she's still doing it and no one told her otherwise. So now she is essentially beautiful to someone else. So appearance wise, to me, this is Justin White speech. My take. The woman looks good on the outside. She is gorgeous. She is beautiful. She is a queen. She's all that stuff. However, if I get to know you, and my personal take, I will be like, yo, she's good looking, she's beautiful and all that, but. So there's always a but. So I can follow what you're saying when you say, I'm stop calling women beautiful. I can say, I think all women are beautiful, but I'll say that. Like if you add a but to it, maybe. Like I can't get on board with that because so we're three guys and I don't want to sound ignorant.
yes, and I get why you're saying that, and I'm not against calling women gorgeous. I'm not against saying a woman is pretty. To me, though, beauty is something more, and I think that's one of the words that gets much like king, much like queen, because the reality is we always want to say, I'm the descendant of kings and queens from the upper regions of Kemet and and they start going through the lineage. But it's like, in reality, bro, you may be from a goat herder, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong. All of it is important and it has its place. But to me, beauty is more than just being aesthetically pleasing or having physical attributes going to what we're saying that society says is cool. It's in, because it always changes, right? Sometimes society says women that are thicker are more beautiful or pretty, and sometimes society says women that are slimmer are more pretty.
Okay.
To me, it's an internal thing. You embody beauty because you are upstanding, you're caring, helpful, etc. All the things that make people quote unquote good. I'm not against, like I said, I'm not against calling a woman gorgeous. Pretty.
Oh, so it's essentially just the word beautiful.
It's just the word beautiful, because to me that holds more weight.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I can ride with that.
Just like you going around, you're not telling women that they're attractive. You just like, nah.
You know, Devon is going around.
That's what I was looking at. I was like, so I'm not calling women good looking at all. All women look like dogs until they tell me they love me.
No, that's crazy. Yeah. No, I'm glad you did that because it clarifies it because anybody else could have thought that as well. No, I'm against that completely. Like, you should not talk down on anybody. Yeah. You shouldn't. Everybody has their own beauty in their own way. And different people are able to pick that out. But if I'm just meeting you, much like how you see these Instagram models, I can't say that she's beautiful to me.
Oh, she's good looking. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Very pretty. She's very appealing to the eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
She could be drowning puppies in a tub. Like I don't know what she does with her free time. Like, Karan, tell them the word that we found that makes more sense.
Instead of saying the word beautiful, we found a word that can mean everything that we want. Paucratuitous. It means paucratuitous, physically attractive or physically beautiful.
Yes, specifically physical.
Paucratuitous?
Paucratuitous.
Yeah.
Paucratuitous. Okay.
Long word.
Paucratuitous. Yep. I'm gonna be throwing that out there.
I'm gonna nickname that. You palty.
Yeah, right.
You palty. Like, that girl beautiful now, bro. She palty. She's surface, bro.
Oh man,
you don't even know. She's surface, bro. You don't even know. Like, bro, she don't even shave her big toe. Like, ooh.
Got them 3-stranded hair just coming out like Diglett from Pokemon.
But women, I feel like y'all should do the same thing with men, right? All men aren't beautiful and should be held on this pedestal just because he looks good. He could be paltry too, right? Like,
yeah,
he trash. He dogs women. He calls you out your name and all this other kind of stuff. That to me does not equal beauty.
I don't want to get to that. That's you opened up a whole nother podcast on that one. that's a whole like mental like they like. What if they've been? It was certain one way for X amount of time, and now you're trying to achieve that level of. I'm not going there. I'm not going there with y'all. But
I'm weak. I'm weak. You brought up preferences. Karan, how are we on time?
Have not been keeping track, so we good. We good. Just keep going.
Haven't been keeping track, so we good.
I do have to go to dinner at some point in time, so just whenever, like like.
Okay,
we got to start the timer.
So this will be.
I forgot. We in the like I said, like y'all 5 hours behind me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're good, but we good. Because I thought we would start like I said 30 minutes ago. So technically I still have about 30 minutes.
Yeah, we good.
Okay. I want to have a conversation about preferences. You brought it up earlier. I feel like it's important and it relates to this topic. Are preferences wrong? Your friend told you, he said, Justin, is it wrong? I'm not attracted to black women. Some people aren't attracted to people that are too tall. Some people don't like people that are different things, whatever it could be. How do you guys feel about that? Because to me, I'm going to ask you guys because I'm asking the question. How do you guys feel about that? Can you have a preference? And when does it become wrong? Or is it not wrong?
Yes, you can have a preference. There's nothing wrong with that. Even though your preference might not align with other people's, how they view things and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But preference can become wrong when you start putting down people. I only like slim women. I would never date me a palty woman who's above average, got this, maybe one strand of lip hair, something like that. I can't do it. They just not know. That's when you start doing stuff like that, putting people down, that's when you have a problem. But to me, there's nothing wrong with having a preference because you like what you like.
Yeah. Yeah. Justin.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine earlier.
Okay. Female or male?
Female.
Okay.
About preferences and like my type or my stereotypical type, whatever. When I was younger, and I go through phases. When I was really, really young, I wanted my type was, long leg, light skin with long permed hair. That was my type. And then as I got older, I was into this type of girl. Like I was into white girls, really, really thick, thick white girls. As I got older, I was into like the really, really petite white girls. And I got older and I was into dark skinned girls. It's just going through phases, Yeah. And I think as you get older, you go through different phases of types. And then you reach a point. Like I can talk as an adult male. I can talk for women. I can't speak for young boys or young men. I can speak for an adult male.
Gotcha.
I feel like I reached a point where I was like, you know what? She's pretty. She got a nice personality, and she talks to me. And she puts up effort. Then why not give her the time of the day? I feel like it almost reaches a point where it's immature to have a preference or immature to have a type. Like you can have a preference of women, like when it comes to personality type or like texting back or little stuff like that. But when it comes to you, like Karan said, demeaning somebody because she fits all the bubbles, but she kind of thick, like not my type. Or she fits all the bubbles, but her skin kind of dark, not my thing. Like that's a bit petty. Like that's a bit, So as you get older, I think it's a lot more. Preference becomes a maturity thing. Like how mature are you to let down your walls for one little thing, as far such as hair type, color, skin color, just a little stuff like that. Eye color. Like I've literally watched British TV shows with the love shows where they're saying oh, he's not my type on paper, but I still like him. But I don't think I should go for him because he's not a normal guy I go for. What's the normal guy you go for? It's tall, athletic guys with big legs and blonde hair and blue eyes. And it's what? You limit yourself to one person? This guy's doing great for you. Like this guy. This guy's doing great for you. He's told you how beautiful you are. He would buy you a house. But because he isn't long leg, blue eye, you have your right. It's your right, your personal right to say and do what you want to do.
Yes.
But when you end up, again, results may vary. If you end up in a shack because homeboy broke his leg the first day of tryouts playing sports, and now you in love with this blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy, Adonis, but he broke his leg and only know how to throw a football, then you kind of, that's what you chose.
Yes.
So I think, long story short, I think it's a maturity thing. I think preference comes along with maturity. So the more mature you are, the more you grow up, the more your level of preference dies down.
If I'm hearing you correctly, Justin, it almost sounds like if you have too many specific preferences, you limit yourself on what you can really do.
Yes. Yeah. You are closing your window essentially to anybody that comes into your life. Yeah. Because if you tell me if I only like petite white women with dark hair, brown eyes, small lips, and like size 4 feet, I don't know how many women are gonna come in my life that way.
Right.
So
I know personally for me, like I like women with big curly hair. I know every woman don't have big curly hair, but I'm willing to go beyond that. She got a perm. Okay, like you said, she's cool, smart, funny. Put in the time of day for me and all that, I don't mind. No, just because you don't have big curly hair, like
there are 10 bubbles. If you don't fill 2 of these bubbles, you still pass the test. You still above passing. Like why? You still got an 80. I mean, shit. I don't know my grades in school. You get a 50. Hey, can you float me?
They say C's get degrees.
Here's the thing, y'all. The preferences are normal, and I think sometimes what the problem is, people don't understand the difference between a preference and aversions. So some of y'all got aversions. An aversion is you going out of your way to not get something. I will never talk to a girl that's over 5'7" because I'm 5'7", and if she wear heels, she's gonna be taller than me. Like that's an aversion.
I would not mind that, boy. I would not care.
Or one of the ones that we hear in the Black community that I hate hearing, and I use the word hate on purpose. I never talk to a dark-skinned man or woman because I don't want my children to be dark-skinned as well. Aversion, all right? Not preference. Preference is I go into Walmart and I'm looking for mint chocolate chip ice cream, and I like Breyer's brand over Friendly's brand.
Okay.
I prefer Breyer's. But if they ain't got Breyer's,
you tripping, by the way, if you prefer Breyer's. To be clear, like Breyer's is trash. But continue.
It was the only 2 brands I could think of. But I'm not against getting Friendly's, right? Because it's still mint chocolate chip. Like,
okay, I see what you mean.
I prefer Breyer's. Some people prefer women or men that have a certain level of education.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that, but should you block your blessings or opportunities because you meet somebody that doesn't have a bachelor's degree, who has his or her own business that's doing great and making more money than you because you got student loans and you got to pay back Salad Man or whoever else, and now I'm going to my personal life, but it's not about me. Don't block your blessings.
He's like, please don't block me, baby. I love you. I miss you, girl.
I was talking about that school loan stuff. I was going too deep into that.
It's funny because you're talking. What you said, that it reminds me of that girl from I can't think of her name, but she's from Wild 'N Out.
B. Simone.
B. Simone. Oh my goodness. she just posted something saying like, if I can't date a man that worked 9 to 5, excuse me. It's like didn't you just come up because you were posting Instagram videos or Snapchat videos or something, and that's the only reason you're famous? By luck and by chance? And I'm wrong. I'm not downing a woman. I'm not downing her. She's a queen. She's good. She's all that good stuff. I'm not gonna demean her for her. She's the party. Yeah. I'm not gonna down her for she's successful now. She is. I don't think she's funny, but she appeals. She has a crowd. She appeals to people. Let me be clear on that. I don't like her, and I know what she means. She thinks that men who work 9 to 5 don't have time or don't understand the fact that she's up at 2 a.m. with a creative brain. I get that.
Yes.
I think she worded it wrong, and she said that I don't want a man to work 9 to 5. Like, so you saying you don't want a guy who's working hard for you? That's how the normal man heard that. So she made her preference. I say her preference is a man who can take care of himself and support her, and then understand that at 2 a.m. when they have an idea, they can wake up and not think twice about it. I think her. What you call it? What was the word you said? Her
entrepreneur.
No. What was the word that he said?
Aversion.
Of her aversion.
Aversion.
I think is that she's now saying that if Channing Tatum, no matter how like or however whatever good looking man women enjoy, walked up to her and was like, "I love you," and it's he offered her everything she wanted, but the moment she found out he worked a 9-to-5 job, she's like, "Ooh, I can't do it," you know.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's just funny you said that.
Yeah.
Even then, you eliminate people who are dentists, doctors, and stuff like that. Lawyers.
Yeah, there are successful people who work 9-to-5 jobs. Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean you can't have somebody working 9-to-5? But I know this is a term. Like 9-to-5 is a term. Yeah. But essentially, like, someone who's an entrepreneur, someone who makes a lot of money at a time, they don't have time for you a lot of times. Like, I know people in relationships who broken up or on verge of divorce because, they're an entrepreneur and they're running businesses and they're not happy. Like, they're all their time, all their energy, all their money is being spent into this business. So like, they ain't got time for you. So you got to realize, if you want a successful, like not successful, but if you want an overly independent person in a business or for themselves, you gotta realize you're not about to have time for that person. That person's not about to have time for you.
Yes.
And they so worried about, I gotta make sure I'm eating, because if I'm not getting this sale, I'm not moving this product, I'm not eating. So they constantly on the grind, on the hustle. I don't think that's life. That's not life for me.
Yeah, like there are people made for it. There are people who are made to be entrepreneurs. There are people who are made to be do things on their own. People who are made to be business owners. I know for the fact I'm the kind of person who I enjoy serving people. If you put me behind a bar, I can flourish. Like, I can probably run a bar all night for myself and like be happy. That's my joy. Mm-hmm. I don't need $1 million. I don't need a big house, big car, fancy car. I've done what I want to do. I've seen what I wanted to see. I enjoy my life the way it is.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the people who do sleep 2 hours a night so they can create something that I enjoy. Like, you deserve it. Like, hey, go for it. But I'm just saying, that's not me. And I shouldn't be. This is my selfish brain speaking. I shouldn't be disqualified from the running of dating, whatever her name is, B. Simone, because I'm happy with my job. Essentially, I'm happy working my set amount of hours a week.
I want to give another perspective to this. You're winning as a person that's, not with this person with the preference or aversion. You win because you're now not, I guess this person is limiting their interactions with people who they wouldn't have good relationship with anyways because of their aversions or because of their ideals. If that makes sense. If you guys get what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Like, because she's saying, I don't want to date, and we're just using her as an example. I don't want to date a man that works a 9-to-5. So now the guys that work 9-to-5s don't have to put up with getting into a relationship with her and then her not respecting what you do or your time. So you win in that sense, Yeah.
I guess
very gratuitous to you, but
she eliminates herself, I guess, from the running. Like, now I got time for somebody else who's doing the same thing I'm doing. Now we're both happy together. So hey, I guess in the end, it works out.
So I prefer people have their preferences. Like I said, it's normal. I'll give one last example. There's this show called Married at First Sight, and they match you up with somebody. You meet them on the wedding day, you get married, and then for the 90 days, you're getting to know each other. There was this couple up there, and they kept noticing, people around them kept noticing they didn't have any real chemistry. The woman was attracted to the man. He wasn't necessarily attracted to her, but he kept saying, "No, I like you." Eventually, it came out. He was like, "I'm just not attracted to her." And he actually said that he was revolted. He used that word. Yes. Strong word, right? But I was like, if he was just honest enough to be like, this isn't what I want. I don't prefer that. He could have avoided all that. He could have spared her
from the start. Be honest from her
feelings. I mean, her time. Yeah. Honest from the start. Yeah. I agree with you.
Oh, that's a whole other topic I can get into, man.
Honesty.
Like first date questions. Like I tell people, first date questions, something people don't talk about a lot. First date questions is like, what do you want? How many kids do you want? Do you want kids? Stuff like that is surface stuff you should get to the start. I'm not trying to get into a relationship with somebody 6 months down the line and realize, I hate kids. Like, whoa. Like, I just invested a lot of time and money into you. Like, you telling me you don't want children? Like, it's when it's, again, my aspiration is to have a family.
Yes.
That's again a whole other topic. Sorry.
Somebody gave me a perspective on that. and was like, you should not lay all your cards out on the table in the beginning. Because I used to be that. I'm like, this is what Devon is. This is what Devon
is very straightforward. What you want?
If you ain't down for these
you
things,
barefoot and pregnant.
if you ain't down for these things, you ain't down for Devon. Like that's how I am.
Yeah.
But I was told like you should not do that because you have people that will try to mold themselves to meet your standards and your wants, when they know deep down that's not what they want. And over time, they could potentially become bitter and start resenting you because like, I'm doing all these things for you. And you're like, I didn't ask you to. So that's
your fault. I'm sorry. That's toxic.
No,
that's toxic. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
But no.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. Look, I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry.
But no, you're not wrong. And that's
where Devon ultimatums come in.
That's what I think. I don't give ultimatums. I don't give ultimatums. I'm like, if this ain't working for you, you have every right to leave. I'm not going to hold anybody prisoner or make you want to, stay in a relationship with me. That ain't me. I'm like, there's always somebody else out there. You can find somebody better than me, even though, I'm like top tier level out here,
The birds are chirping. Come on, chirp, chirp. What up?
Justin, you know what Devon's new thing is now? It's going to make him sound real bad.
Oh, God.
If you love me, you'll do better.
I can't believe you said that.
If you love me, you'll do better.
That is not true, everybody.
He walk up to a girl. Hey, what can you do for me? That's all I want to know.
That's not making it in a podcast.
Hey, look, my name's Devon. What can you do for me?
He never said that to no. He never said that to nobody, but he came up with that line before. That joint had me weak ever since.
That is not true, everybody.
I just wait for the day to actually. I just wait for the day for him to actually use that.
I would never say that.
Hey, if you want, I'll tell you what though. If you want to break up with the girl, that's the line you got to drop right there. That's it.
I would never say.
Unless you like toxic men, then then you might be stuck.
That's a whole nother issue.
Sorry, tangent.
Well,
come on, drop some gems. Come on, bro. Drop some gems.
Drop some gems. Ooh, I look like Sonic. How much time you got left, Justin? I know you say you got to cook.
I can give you 15 minutes if you want. I mean, I'm not sure how long you want to keep going, but
because we got the the one last thing.
All right.
We kind of been keeping it kind of chill for real, so I don't know. I know you was excited when you first saw this word.
We're going to save that for another episode because that's not a 15-minute
I was thinking that.
Yeah, like keep them wondering.
I already know what you're talking about.
Keep them wondering. But you know what? I do want to bring something up. Let's end on this because this is a lighter note. On the terms of everything, the climate going on. We can finish on this. The climate going on with everything in America, in the world, actually, I guess you could say. The NFL decided to add the Black national anthem before NFL games. So along with the American national anthem, they decided to add the Black national anthem
for the first week.
For the first week only.
Yeah, for the first.
I don't care if it was every week. I don't. No one asked for this.
It's like the memes I keep saying. You keep doing all this stuff for us. No, you give us this, give us that, but. Where's the stuff that we asking for?
Y'all painting the streets Black Lives Matter. Y'all changing road signs. Y'all are bringing down statues. Applause. Good for you. You could have kept all that to yourself. All I asked for was for you to regulate your cops, essentially.
Yeah.
Rein in your fucking, excuse my language, excuse the F-bomb. Rein in the police. That's all we ask. Is we didn't again, we're asking for civil rights, not even equal civil rights. We're asking to be a step below equal. We just want to be treated like human beings. Yeah. Dogs have more rights than Black people, it seems like. So you're saying, you're changing road signs, you're painting the streets, you're saying all this stuff. You're gonna sing the Black national anthem to pander to Black people. Good job. The Black people are gonna love us for this. But all we ask is to see the cop records. Like, you have one cop coming out to me that has a regular record every single year, 5 times a year. This cop has been reported for abuse or domestic abuse. His wife has called. His children have called. He's had reports coming in saying he's rougher than normal, or he's a record of just treating people rougher than average. Why is this cop coming to a call for a stop, and then
he's not stable?
Yeah, clearly this man needs a mental evaluation. And then all we're asking is, hey, defund the police. And people say that, and people get so scared, like, oh my God, listen, like they're gonna take our money from the cops. Cops can't protect us anymore. Do you know that the cops in New York have like a big, I'm gonna throw a number out. I know it's up here, like a $2.5 billion budget, and they took $200 million from the cops, and people are losing their mind. $200 million ain't nothing but like $10 to $1,000, right? So you're telling me a cop needs the cops that they haven't used a tank in over 30 years.
Why do you need military weapons for anyway?
Why do cops need tanks? Why do I need a $2.5 billion budget when the schools don't have art programs? Stuff like that. So when you tell me, oh, we're gonna give you guys the Black National Anthem before the NFL game, I don't care. They don't do the shit for me. Good job, lift every voice. I don't care. I lift my voice every single day. Guess what? 29 years ago, I woke up black. 29 years later, I'm still that color. They don't change nothing for me. You put a national anthem before a national NFL game don't do nothing for me besides help me realize what racist friends I have because they get angry about the situation.
Yeah.
Point blank. Point blank. So if you're trying to point out my racist friends, hey, good job.
Good job.
you did that. Guess what? My Facebook is a lot lighter now. Other than that, I don't agree with it, but that's just me. That's my take on it.
I agree. I think we a lot of times we get sold on these symbolic things, and it's like, oh, well, we can't do this. It's like going to a store, you want to return an item just because you don't want it no more, and they're like, well, I can't give you money back, but I can give you store credit. You like, I don't want store credit. I just want my money back. I can't do that. But the next time you come here, I give you a coupon. It's like, I don't want that. This is what I want. It's like they try to divert you away from what you're asking for, and try to do all these other things to pacify you and satisfy you. And we're not going for it. We're like, no, people are still marching. People are still protesting. We're still speaking out against it. And we're calling them against their stuff. And I think that's what we should do.
Yeah.
I'm with Justin. I don't care. I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's nice. But it's not what I asked you to do.
No, it's not even nice. It's pandering. It's not nice. I can clearly see what you're doing. It's like the teacher coming up and like you being bad in class, and like the teacher's blatantly racist, and the teacher's like, "Oh, let's give the black people a chance to talk." That's exactly what I'm seeing it as. I'm sorry. It's not nice. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's not nice. It's you blatantly in my face telling me, "Oh, we're gonna celebrate the black people in a very condescending way." That's how I see it.
It's almost like, okay, it's like we give you this now. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm getting here. Take this fish and then shut up and be gone with it.
Yes.
You're pretty much telling the country, let's put Band-Aids on things and it's okay. Hey, here's so, I know we had 400 years of slavery and oppression, but here's a Band-Aid. Go on about your day. Here's a song.
It's already wet too.
Here's a song. Here's a song on Sunday. There you go.
For the first week.
It's for one week.
Three games. All right, they only play for 3 games. Yeah.
Oh boy, the world.
Trash.
Yeah, there's that. Karan, do you have a take on that?
I agree with everything which y'all said. I don't know if y'all saw the thing what Bernie Sanders said, like cut 10% of the Pentagon and cut 10% of their budget. You know how much 10% of the Pentagon budget is?
What, like 100 million? Probably more.
Like $740 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Huh? It was a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
10%?
No, I'm sorry, 74 billion, I believe. 74 billion.
God.
10%. You know what we could do with that money for the country?
Literally the country.
Right?
Bro, they sent me a $1,200 check, and what that didn't even do nothing.
Right?
Yo, we have to do an episode on reparations.
Oof, don't get me started.
We have to do an episode.
Not right now. Look, we're running out of time.
I know. That's why I said episode.
I'm hungry.
That's why I said episode. That's why I said episode, because that deserves its own thing. We have to.
Well, with all that being said, everyone, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode today. It was funny, try to be serious and whatnot. You know, keeping it real with y'all, and that's what we like to do. So, thank y'all for allowing us to redirect y'all attention. Make sure you check us all out. Justin at the Misplaced American, us at Redirect, RD Podcast 1. Make sure you support Black podcasts. That's what we need. I need more viewers than my mama and Justin.
Shout out your other friend podcast, bro.
Oh, Worse Than the Internet, my homeboy Corey Davis. Justin, how you listen to Corey podcast?
I didn't know Corey had a podcast.
Yeah, he just started a podcast. Check him out. You know how funny Corey is.
Yeah.
Just listen to him. Corey's a fool. Corey's a fool.
Worse than the internet. What's it called?
Worse Than the Internet, or WTTI.
Okay, WTTI. All right.
Yo.
And I don't want to shout out another black one called Talk Up. Yeah.
Talk Up.
Check them out too, y'all. They out here doing their thing. Huh?
Talk Up. He said, we want to shout out Talk Up. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, look them up. They got some great content. They have great guests up there. They're always talking about something interesting and controversial. They're honest. They're real.
Mm-hmm.
Cool dudes. Check them out, y'all.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to find me, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify. Just type in The Misplaced American. I was fortunate enough to get that name where anyone else took it, surprisingly. So just The Misplaced American. Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, even email me, themisplacedamerican@gmail.com if you have any questions. Yeah. But yeah, man, like all I have to say is to everyone, I always in my podcast is I hope everyone has a good day, good night, good evening, good drive at work, and I hope everyone be blessed and make good choices.
Absolutely.
With that being said, redirect out.
Yep. Peace.
Redirect out.